Hello, Kentucky. They're the new name on Kentucky's radar. Pope and the Cats are wild in this recruitment. Now, I want to see this guy on this team. If you also subscribe to the channel, let's get to the news. Now, talking about Jiren Pierre Jr., the Jacksonville State point guard who has become one of the most coveted pieces in the transfer portal. With Kentucky, Ole Miss, and SMU all competing for his talents, the young player from New Orleans is emerging as a central figure in the search for repositioning and renewal of rosters in high-level programs. And in this context, the ability of Mark Pope, coach of the Wildcats, to use his creativity to attract Pierre to the team could be decisive. Pierre is exactly the type of player that Kentucky fans want to see wearing the blue and white. His unique combination of explosive scoring, versatility, and leadership skills make him an ideal addition to any team looking to compete at the highest levels. During his final season at Jacksonville State, he not only led Conference USA with an impressive 21.6 points per game, but he also demonstrated remarkable shooting efficiency, 42.4% overall and 38% from three-point range. This ability to generate points in a variety of situations, combined with his rebounding 5.5 and assists 3.8, makes him a well-rounded player capable of impacting the game in multiple ways. These numbers aren't just empty statistics. They reflect a competitive mindset and consistency that few players of his caliber can maintain. Pierre was crowned Conference USA Player of the Year, an honor that solidifies his position as one of the top talents available on the transfer market. Now, with a field of options that include traditional programs like Kentucky, it's clear that his next decision will have significant implications for both his career and the fortunes of the teams involved. Kentucky, with Mark Pope, appears to be at a crucial crossroads. After a season that has been disappointing in terms of results, the need to overhaul the roster is clear. The arrival of Cam Williams has already brought new hope to fans, but the addition of a player like Pierre could take the project to another level. Imagine Pierre cutting through opposing defenses with his sharp drives or shooting from distance with that deadly accuracy while Rupp Arena erupts in applause. That vision is not only possible, but extremely plausible if Pope can convince the point guard that Lexington is the right place for him to take the next step in his career. Kentucky's interest in Pierre demonstrates a keen understanding of the program's current needs. The Wildcats need someone who can assume a leading role in the offense without compromising the team's balance. Pierre, with his experience and proven skills, seems tailor-made for that role. Furthermore, his versatility allows him to complement other elite players, creating synergies that could be devastating for opponents. The competition should not be underestimated. Programs like Ole Miss, under Chris Beard, and SMU, which is building an ambitious roster for its transition to the ACC, are also in the running. Both schools offer compelling offers, with clear opportunities for Pierre to continue to grow and expand his national exposure. But here's the difference Mark Pope needs to make. Kentucky isn't just a school with a rich college basketball tradition. It's a platform that can catapult players into the NBA spotlight. If Pope can articulate that message convincingly, highlighting the Wildcats' legacy and the infrastructure they would provide for Pierre, the odds of success increase considerably. There's something special about associating the name Jiren Pierre Jr. with the Kentucky program. He represents much more than a talented player. He symbolizes the opportunity for revitalization, for reinvention. His presence on the roster could energize a fan base hungry for big things while also sending a clear message to the rest of the country. Kentucky is back in the game. As Pierre weighs his options, all eyes will be on his next move. Regardless of his final decision, it would be a good idea to come to the Cats, wouldn't it? The recent news that Silas Deary Jr., one of the most coveted prospects in the transfer portal, has opted to commit to UConn over Kentucky is undoubtedly a significant blow to the Wildcats. Despite the efforts of Mark Pope and his staff, including an in-person visit with a player, the Huskies have managed to come out on top in this tight race. And while Deary's decision is understandable given UConn's current strength, it leaves Kentucky in a tricky position as it tries to rebuild its team for next season. Silas Deary Jr. was seen as the best option available on the transfer market, especially considering Kentucky's urgency to add a veteran point guard to the roster. His ability to lead the offense, create plays, and drive the pace of the game would have been invaluable to a team looking to regain its competitive identity. Losing Deary to UConn not only diminishes the Wildcats' immediate options, but it also serves as a reminder of the difficulties of competing in a landscape where individual choices can drastically change the fortunes of entire programs. College basketball, however, is a game of resilience and adaptation, and Kentucky has demonstrated time and time again throughout its history that it knows how to reinvent itself. With Deary out of the picture, the Wildcats must now redouble their efforts in other promising directions. Names like Jacksonville State's Jiren Pierre Jr. and Pittsburgh's Jalen Lowe emerge as viable and equally exciting alternatives. While they may not carry the same level of hype as Deary, both players bring unique attributes that could fit perfectly into Mark Pope's system. Jiren Pierre Jr., in particular, seems like a strategic bet that could pay off big. As mentioned, Pierre had a phenomenal season in Conference USA, leading the way in scoring and demonstrating impressive versatility. His ability to score in a variety of situations, whether shooting from distance or driving through the opposing defense, makes him a player who can make an immediate impact. Additionally, his experience and winning mentality are valuable assets for a program seeking stability and consistency. Pittsburgh's Jalen Lowe offers another interesting dimension. Known for his defensive tenacity and ability to control the pace of the game, Lowe would be a crucial piece to solidify the Wildcats' backcourt. His style would complement other recruits, such as Cam Williams, who is already committed to Kentucky. Williams, a former Tulane point guard and one of the best shooters available in the draft, brings offensive accuracy and confidence, qualities that could help balance out a growing roster. Herein lies the essence of Mark Pope's challenge and opportunity, turning limitations into creative solutions. The loss of Deary was certainly a blow, but it also opens up space for Kentucky to explore alternative paths that could ultimately result in an even more cohesive and multifaceted team. It's important to remember that building a winning team doesn't happen overnight. Each choice made now may seem small in isolation, but together they form the mosaic that defines a season. Kentucky still has a lot of work to do, but there's reason to be optimistic. Cam Williams' commitment is a good sign, and the scouting of players like Pierre and Lowe shows that the program is active and focused on finding practical solutions to its needs. The loss of Silas Deary Jr. may have been a momentary disappointment, but the Wildcats' resilient spirit suggests this story is far from over. Let's take a look at the new pieces Pope brings to the table. Let's talk.